Malthus, or Malthos, Malthas, Malthus. And the first word of the chant is V-I-Z-G-L. The second word has a capital S-Z-O-K-S-Z-H. Third word L-M. Fourth word X-Z. Fifth word H-V-X-L-I-V. Now you may want to say it 38 times, or just enough to change how you feel a little bit. Vzingle sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Vzingle sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Vzingle sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Vizgal sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Vizgal sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Vizgal sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Vizgal sazakzah lam katzahavaxliv. Little throbby. So it's said to be a great earl over 28 legions, a stock dove with a hoarse voice, building towers, acquiring armor and ammunitions to direct men of war, or so it says. These are what people call it for. Demons and demonolatry listed as a night demon. Michael W. Ford says that it can be brought by the means of a dark mirror into somebody, and for ancestral memory and mental and spiritual information. Godsandmonsters.com says it can give a bird's eye view from above or another perspective of battles. They consider it a punisher of enemies. On Pathfinder, its headquarters is the Watch card and oversees the arms trade between Erebus, Phlegethon. The pseudo-demoniarchia says that it sends legions to those that are higher in the infernal hierarchy than, Halphas. And it's 43rd in that instead of 38th, as it is in the Goetia. Colin Clancy's Dictionnaire Infernal says that he's says that villas are towns instead of towers, and that it supposedly would bring good familiars. And some scents of the Martian variety would be basil, broom, cascarilla, coriander, crane's bill, galangal, dragon's blood, garlic, ginger, holly, honeysuckle, menthol, mustard, onion, nettle, pepperweed, sarsaparilla, tarragon, turmeric, woodruff, and wormwood. A through B minor would be the traditional musical scale for this. And I do not know how Nargargle is doing. I know he mentioned Andros, but Nargargle actually may be dying or something. Something he said on one of his on a couple of his videos. He could be talking about somebody else getting cancer or something, but he could have sabotaged his channel on purpose for C major 3, mode 3, hypopharygian and Ionian is the O and A musical scale for Mars. And for the Goetia, the Earls and the Counts would traditionally be called forth in a seclusion of noise and movement. I personally, some grimoires I think of in different ways. I prefer to use the Enochian stuff during the day, although I'm not going to not use it at night, right? The Goetia, I prefer to start that stuff in the evening. In the middle of the night, I prefer to, Grimorium Verum and certain other grimoires would work in well with that. But so the scientific sound for Mars would be 433.7 hertz over 440 hertz minus 25.1 centimeters, 67.8 over 135.6 beats per minute, and 144.72 hertz, which is a D in the 33rd octave. So Halphas challenges in a main Tanuki hunts for skins in a lunar cycles. Oh, I don't remember what game or fiction or whatnot was it when Halphas challenges main Tanuki hunts for skins of a lunar cycle. Oh, Strange Journey. The contest over a lunar cycle, and anybody who succeeds, he gives a testicle. That's kind of a weird thing. Thomas Robert Malthus thought population could exceed the food supply, but he didn't think of it as a result of there being possibly too many people per se, as much as there being a lapse in morality and laws to control the poor, oppressing the poor. And he was from 1766 to 1834, I think. He was he was against the reliance on foreign powers. So he was sort of anti. Blackpire.com says that Malthus, Halphas, can say that its voices are intimidating and looks youthful and is rather impatient. So don't play games with it, but don't be all deceitful and whatnot with any entity. It's not necessary. Alien Pustania Net says it may tear down the towers and throw them down upon the magician, casting him down into the abyss and hell, and that it has a twisting beard. I don't know, Cthulhu with his, so a cross between a beard and tentacles is what you may be looking at there. So some are going to say it's a like a passenger pigeon or a dove, or some are going to say it's just a stork. So let's put away this symbol for now. Into the brass-lined vessel of the end of my childhood, more or less. And 2011. Let's see what 2011 has for me. Because 2011 would have been the first working that would have regarded it. Now let me make sure that this here is Phoenix. Yes, the 7 sons of the Phoenix. That would have been the last one. Chulth. Ritual slaughter, knife. Malthus, diamond. And mouth is instructive, trained, trained animals. So that's the Hebrew, so there's going to be some difference with Aramaic. But the ritual, my first Tuesday, September 27th, 2011, 7:48 to 8:12 p.m. A cherry scented candle representing love. My hair stood on end as I was aware of nothing outside the ritual. An electric current ran through my crown and down my face. It was only going through the left side, below my nose. I vibrated it down to the very core of me. I got warm enough to sweat. As the warm arising boiled up, I was energetic as the air grew thick and colorful. I was not to be seen. Things flashed, brighter and brighter. I kept slipping into a place with millions of electric and neon colors. Cold rushes of euphoria kept rushing down me. Something two-dimensional and blue-green went before me and the mirror. From right to left, it flew. And before I get up and switch to the 2012 book, let's see some language, because we're bound to find some other information here. Malthus is sharp, a penetrating look, or sharpen. Hull is shine, star, distant, a looking towards something. These look towards those, this, thus, who, so, such, same, other, which, another, they, them. Heal, these, they. Hlu, behold, lo, here. Hla, distant, cast far off. Chul, bore, whole, pain, hollow. Profane, not in a spiritual context, or not in a mainstream religion context, which is appropriate enough for a demon name. Remember, the S endings could be ash, so fire is what we're looking at, maybe. With any name ending in an S, that's just what you should probably presume. Chli, earring, arrangement, jewel. Chla, disease, sick, diseased. Well, sickness and grief is chli also. Truts is divide, tent wall. Arrow, dart, wound. Thush, pounce. Foosh, pounce, haste. A very Leo sounding word, don't you think? Alf, faint, cover, overlay, fainted, okay. Alt, triumph, joyful, rejoice. Elf, guide, yoke, learn, thousand, utter. Ox, bring forth, thousands, kind, family, duke, friend, governor, captain. The, what, are quality. Ma, hundred, hundredth, hundredfold. Ha, look, behold, even. Instead of 26 legions, I would guess 100 would be the more likely that would appear based on the language. But mull, speak, continue, word, speech, say, talking, byword, speaking, matter. Mal, word, commandment, decree. So you may not get this in some of the biblical translations, but it's important to look at the difference between what word you're talking about. Mala, fill, full, fulfill. Consecrate, accomplish, replenish, wholly, set, expire, fully, gather, overflow, satisfy, filthy, lift, Lord, child, much, multitude, worth. And la is likely what could have been the word being said when they say that Jesus said that he came not to do away with any of the law, but to mala, replenish it. Mul, front, in front, circumcise, destroy, cut, heed, before, against, forefront, from, with, in. Luff, cover, veil, secret, authority, contained, enchantment, softly, secretly, privily, like covering. Yulf, scab, lush, need, lion, loosh, need, leash, lion, pus, end, wrist, color, part, or sleeve. I'm remembering how Nostradamus, that was one of his techniques, is he scried, but he would dip his sleeve. He was trying to give himself the chills, or I don't know how that goes about, but anyways. Putz, smash, club, open the side. Poots, scatter, disperse, cast, drive, break, shake, dash, ram. Peets, club, push, spread, excess, push, scatter, spread, grow. Malts, sweet. And let's look at 2012. An important year for conspiracy-laden people. And I guess that since it's not a presidential election year, it's not 2012, or maybe we're going to have, it's anyways. So, from 2012, now the language is going to be somewhat similar between this one and the last one, but September 25th, 2012. Some verses. Oh, there's a symbol here. I think that may have something to do with the working, with what I'm about to share. So consider that symbol right there. Oh, Malthax, Malthax is also a variation of this name. I'm not sure where I found that, but I had less variety to look through. Matthew 21, 33 through 41. Hebrews 9, 1 through 13. Isaiah 2, 1 through 4. Genesis 11, 1 through 9. 9, 10. 7, 112. 28, 35 through 49. 40, 34 through 46 would have been the selection from Quran that represents all the qualities that the grimoires attribute to Halphas. And the following would have been 8:08 to 8:08 to 9:17 p.m. September 25th, 2012. I felt a weightlessness. I felt a presence due south. I saw a sign and a red cloud, like the bottom half of a bow and arrow. It was more like a sigil than an object. The bottom half of the arrow was like the Algir rune on its right side, or rotated 90 degrees right. I felt pressed down upon from behind. I felt as jelly in a euphoric way, as I saw a small, faintly lit yellow cloud, the size of a small child's fist, go through the top of the blue, sparkly candle and disappear. Later, the room seemed to jerk and flicker. When I did see green patterns, I tingled. I returned to a euphoric feeling of myself as gel, and saw similar yellow clouds of light, the size of a little kid's fist, move through my right foot at the north side of the altar. I overflowed with joy. I had another of those moments, but with the yellow cloud by my left foot. I was surrounded by a dark green glow for the remainder of the rite. I felt this strange awareness, like of an entire egg shape around me by a few feet, that went upon the end of the symbolic meal. A tingly euphoria, and a dilation of my eyes remained till 9:36 p.m. I am more energetic than in hours. So let's see how I feel after the Enochian meditation. But I'm gonna share about the language again, some more, the OTO meeting, share with that about some other time. Let's start with Greek. Halphas, with the fine plume or crest of a helmet. Ma'ula, nil. Elpis, hope, expectation, fear. Elpizo, hope, expect, fear. Ealpa, elpo, is to cause to hope. And in Latin, milpas is a red chalk, red ochre, ruddle. Malthus is singing and melody. Melody rich in honey. Yeah, beware of honey and labels. They're always trying to sell you fake honey or delay. Malthus is a delayer. Melatahma is a care or attentive study, practice, exercise, employment, pursuit, exercise, applying, anxiety. So the moving of people and that sort of thing. Halum, an ancient Aramaic word meaning here or thither. Halops, a very savory fish. A sturgeon. Well, alveolus is yellowish. Malus is bad, ill, or evil. Mala is the cheekbone, jaw, or cheek. Mala is badly, ill, wrongly. Malo is to wish or choose, rather to prefer, thus there incense of fragments of incense. Theka is a thing or place for putting in a storage case or envelope. Thoas is a king of Tauris, slain by Oresther, king of Lemnos, father of Hypsipyle. Thasus is an island in the Aegean off the coast of Thrace, now called Thasso. And, okay, let me... Okay, there's a lot to share here, so I'm going to take a break and share from my 2014 journal here. And Chamya, so it's should become very apparent to you that we are looking at multiple... Oh, well, and anyways, anything from the Goetia is said to have a Shemhem Forosh angel, but we're not doing Shemhem Forosh comments here. So we don't have to go into that. So some ancient Egyptian words that we may look at is the Kharaphusa. It's a kind of cake or loaf. Xulf is a Nebson, or group of lion gods. Again, a great one to end the Aries round with now, isn't it? And okay, that would be for next time. And I'm not seeing any ritual listed here, so I'm gonna just go back to 2012 notes and then go into the Enochian meditation. You got Tahila is a shining or praise. Is behold, lo. This is a biblical Hebrew, as some would call it. Tahla is folly. Heel is these or those. Thush is pounce or haste. Thush, pounce. Tishia, success or enterprise. Could mean success of God, but with Yah at the end. So it could be like an angel name or something. Quiche is a goat. Who has seen Halphas as a goat? We're in a sequence of birds, and then there'll be a sequence of snakes. But who has seen it as a goat? Tush, success. Chalup, destruction. Chalupa, change, course. Muchlapa is braids or lock. You have muchluf, knife. Chulp is a pass, a through, a change, pass, renew, through, row, abolish, sprout, alter, cut, go, over, for. Multh, deliver, escape, save, alone, get, lay, preserve, mortar, clay. For something that's supposed to build fortifications. Of course, some people will say it would be astral and psychic and spiritual sorts of things, but mortar and clay are good things to include. Malths is sweet. Peats is a club or mall. Halut, Heelal, madness. Hulut is madness, as opposed to Hallel, Lucifer. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Lucifer and God. I mean, really. But anyways, so obviously you see from the language that what Lucifer comes from is not a negative, it's not a bad term at all. Push is spread, excess, extremity. Pasha is spread abroad. Push is scatter, grow, spread. Putz is smash, club, open the side. Putza is open, rid, gape, utter. Puts, scatter, disperse, cast, drive, break, shake, dash, relive. The putza is scattering, disperse. Atmul is before, yesterday, before, old, late. Mahlul is shine, praise. Hula is miss. Hilil is a star. Lucifer. Venus. Well, if the lions turn green, you need a Luciferian entity in Leo, don't you? Halal, shine, praise, glory, boast, mad, foolish. Chlu, here. Halah, distant, beyond, forward, hither, back, thence, forth, yonder. Hla, cast forth, distant. Ahal, shine, tent. Later it becomes an Arabic. Ahal becomes like the word for family or spiritual lineage. Pitch, tent, aloe, aloes, trees of aloes. Really expensive, by the way. You can get other imitations that can smell pretty good and should probably be the place of who needs to wee little bottle like this, $120. If you're going to get the real stuff, you get a wee little bottle of the oil, which I'm not rich, so that's not going to happen. And if I was rich, I'd get something cheap and pay for the, maybe help the poor or something, Hull is shine, star, distant, looking towards something, these, those, this, thus, who, such, some, same, other, which, another, whom, they, them. And okay. Chila, wall bulwark. See, that's one of the attributes from the grimoire, is the wall builder, you know. Chil, wealth, substance. Chil, wall, army, pain, power, rampart, host, trench. Pool, bulwark, army, pang, sorrow, man of valor, host, force, valiant, strength, might, strong. Yeah, that's an example of something that you would think would have influenced the traditions about such an entity. Somebody secretly knows the language, or maybe they don't know the language. Stuff is passed on from when they did know the language. Chli, sickness, disease, grief, sick. Machula, dance, company. Machul, dance. Maybe I should put that special effect on again. I don't know. Chla is a sickness, disease, beseech, weak, grievous, diseased, wounded, pray, entreat, grief, grieved, sore, pain, infirmity. Tuchluwa, sickness, grief, sickness. Chla, rust, scum. Chla, sick, disease, diseased. Chla, Omachula, disease, sickness, infirmity. It's starting with the meme, makes me think that it's perhaps something to do with the character of sickness. Rust is certainly something you're going to have to worry about when it comes with a lot of weapons. Far be it is Chlila, God forbid, Lord forbid. You got Chlil, a flute or pipe. Some pipe music and some wind instrument music can be pretty disturbing. And it's said that that's the impact related, and the wind instruments are said or have the strongest tradition of being related to devil music. Chilil, bore, pierce, being, common, profane, pollute, defile, break, wound, eat, stay, pierced, kilt. Huh. So does this entity show up wearing a kilt? You got Malah, first fruits, fruitfulness, being around the the fall harvest here. The mid cooling quarter harvest is. It makes sense that we'd have an entity with such a attribute. You have Malat, it's full or fitly. Malia is fatting or fat or fat or fed or fat like. Okay, well, anyways. Chul is bore, pain, common, unholy, profane, as different than sacred and consecrated. Chla is a cake. Chli is an earring, an ornament, or jewel. Malwa is filling, full, fullness, therein, all, fill, handful, multitude. Remember, legions, 26 legions is what's being attributed. Miluwa, setting and closing setting. Tamul before yesterday. Mula, circumcision. So there's a demon of circumcision, isn't there? Mul against, towards, forefront, from, with. Mla, lord, child. You know, lord is in some sort of like leader or something. Mula is a word that we may be familiar with nowadays. Child, much, multitude. Mul, front, in front, circumcise, destroy, cut, size. Yeah, and anyway, destroy. Circumcision also being the word for destruction. We're going to destroy that part of you. Don't take off the natural man. Put the man back on. You got mahel is a mix. Muchly, pain, disease. Chilchilla, pain. Muchla, cave. Chul, formed, bring forth, tremble. Sand. Chla, beginning, first. Chilya, earring, jewel. Is a speech or tumult. Chli, sickness, disease, grief, sick. Chul, twist, dance, pain. Chul, travail, dance. Cav, grief. Wound, shake. Remember, this is supposed to be an entity that's against enemies, or at least if you're going to do something like it and involve the category, these are the themes that you want to evoke in yourself and invoke whatever you worship by them. Mala, first fruit, fool, consecrate, accomplish, replenish, expire, fully gather, overflow, satisfy, lift. Mal, word, commandment, decree. Almo, word, speech, thing, promise. Amil, branch, bough. Mamel, word, appointment. Amla, words. Speech, commandment. Amel, speak, words, say, answer, commandment, tell, call, promise, saying, appointed, speech. Melila, ear, as in the grain sheath. Mellow, speak, ear, utter, say. Malah, words, speech, say, speaking, byword, matter, speak, talking. Mol, speak, word, continue. Ups, end, gone, not, no, none, nothing, without, else, but beside, cause. Pus, disappear, fail. Passa, handful. Pus, end, wrist, color, part, reaching up to the wrist. And, okay. So, the time has come to get into the meditation on the Enochian author, the 12th Enochian author. You may want to take the themes that we just used. Yawn, 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 yawn. O you heavens which dwell in the 12th author, the first author of glory, providence turning into will, are unchanged since the beginning. Eliminator of names, who continuously comforts. Mighty in the parts of the earth, and execute the judgment of the highest. To you it is sent, behold the face of your God, the beginning of comfort, whose eyes are the brightness of the heavens. You for the government of the earth, speak all varieties, for you with the power of understanding to dispose all things according to the providence of him that sitteth on the holy throne, and rose up in the beginning, saying, the earth, let her be governed by her parts, and that there be division in her, that the glory of Hix may be always drunken and vexed in itself. Her courses let it run with the heavens, and as a handmaid, let them serve them. And that there be no creature on or within her the same. Her members let them differ in their qualities, and let there be no one creature equal with another. The reasonable creatures of the earth let them vex and weed out one another, and the dwelling places let them forget their names. The work of man and his pomp let them be defaced. His buildings let them be caves for the beast of the field, confound your understanding with darkness. For why? It repenteth me I made a man, one while let her be known, and another